Thanks for having me on, brother.
Yo, this guy came and talked about some light work, some
Yeah.
real dark entities, a giggling girl, and more down the rabbit hole. Bro, let them know where they can find you one more time.
You can find me on Instagram. Just type in down the rabbit hole. I'm usually the first one. It's that red guy right over here. You see that guy right there?
Mm.
Follow him. Yeah, you can find me pretty much anywhere. You can go to Facebook. It's down the first name, last name, rabbit hole. I'm on Threads. I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. David from DTRH. So yeah, definitely. And my podcast, David Don't Know, is on every podcast forum. You can find it in YouTube
And
also,
it's
which is
okay not to know because that allows
yeah,
you the option for growth and to find out. Make sure you stay
yeah.
tuned, guys. Do not go anywhere.
Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
I promise you, this is not a political podcast.
Jump from the deep end of the pool, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. Paranoid radio, set up the mood. 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 Set up the mood.
Oh, yeah, let's make deposits into the bank of knowledge. All right, welcome back to Paranormal Radio Podcast, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am Trebles Garcia. Welcome back, everybody. Damn, so you guys been listening and been watching episodes pre-recorded all through June. This is probably the first episode that I've recorded in July, and it's July 28th, and that should say a
Damn.
lot, which means I still have a backlog, but I am back on a horse, leading the pack, guys. And this is a quick little just talking smack and patting myself on the back. This we are beyond 400 episodes, season 8, and I think season 8 also defines season infinity because I'm not counting anymore. I'm just gonna keep on going. And I want to give massive shout outs to the Pod Alliance, my group of friends that have been very uplifting within each other. But you guys freaking suck. This is dedicated to you guys because you guys have 30 days, freaking 28 days of moon cycles to keep up and catch up and then lead the pack, but you freaking didn't. So I'm here. Now, I remind you guys, I'm just going to quick reminder. The most important thing that you can do for the show today is word of mouth. Check us out at paranoidradio.com. Check out the cryptid operations with Drewski from Cryptid Warfare Podcast. They give
Yeah.
you the guidelines to make sure you kill those critters or kill those animals that have been abducting your cows and chickens. Also, check out Ali Christine. She gives you the tools and the toolkits to keep your kids healthy by living parasitic free. And check out Flavors of the Forest. Cook with zest and season your meat before you eat. Check us out at paranormalradio.com. Drop a 5-star review on podcast and on Spotify. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. I used to say that very, very fast. I used to be really good at it, but I'm not anymore, guys, because this is the first show of July and the first show, obviously the first show of season 8 that I am actually taking the time to have a brand new special guest. He's launching, so let's make sure you jump in from the deep end of the pool and set the freaking mood. Give a warm welcome to Dayvid Salinas from what's it called? What's it called, bro? Let them know, bro.
Down the rabbit hole, son. Right here, baby. Look at that. That's right.
Oh, your
Yes,
your
sir.
gear is freaking badass,
Well,
bro. I was
thank you.
just
Thank
telling
you
you.
very
Yeah.
much. Thank you. I
I love the
appreciate
hat. I
that.
love the contrast. I love what you're
Love it,
doing
man.
online. Kicking ass, dog.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, did you say you used to say that fast?
I
Because
used to say that
goddamn,
really
son,
fast.
that was fast for me, bro. I mean, I was like, what the hell? But I heard everything and I understood it. That's,
No, this because look, check this out. They told me if you're gonna stop cursing, what you're gonna do is slow down your speech so that you'll know articulately how you're gonna pronounce. And I was like, oh
uh,
snap! Plus, I'm a beaner. I have a thick accent, bro.
hey, hey.
It's
Yeah, yeah. Represent. I love it.
represent, bro.
I
What's
love
up,
it,
dog?
sir.
Where can
Yeah.
people find you, bro?
Oh man, go where can't they find me? Really? It's down the rabbit hole. We're on Instagram. That's where we have about 250,000 followers right now. We're on Facebook. We have 100,000 followers there. We're on Threads. We got about 25,000 followers there. TikTok, YouTube. God damn it, son. Where am I
Yeah.
not? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But
Word.
yeah, and I just started my own podcast called David Don't Know, which is talking about paranormal stuff. I am discussing the crazy shit, that going deeper down the rabbit hole, as it were. And my new episode 7 is dropping this Thursday, the 31st. And I have Jonathan Perez Galvan from Latinos Against Spooky Shit on the show, dude.
Get
He
the
is,
freak out, man.
dude. I cannot believe I had a conversation with this dude. It was amazing. This guy's hilarious, bro.
Mm.
Hilarious. You've seen the videos that he does. He's amazing. He's amazing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Another
dude.
hardworking Latino out there doing the do and
Yes,
actually, freaking trailblazing because we need more of us out here, bro, especially in the West
absolutely.
Coast, man. I feel like I'm the only bald beaner actually talking about conspiracy theories and paranormal stuff, man. I feel very lonely out here.
You're not alone, bro. We're doing it too. We got Drewski out there cooking it
Hmm.
up, man. Love
Hmm.
Drewski, man. He's one of my favorites out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jonathan, dude, is freaking fun. This guy is funny, man. But he's
Mm.
covering another aspect of, the paranormal. He's giving his Latin flavor, like what he would do in order to, like, you have the spookies, okay. Well, let's get some Vicks out there, man. Let's throw some Vicks out there. We'll get
Vicks
some
cures everything.
Tajín.
This episode is brought to you by Vicks, and I'll tell you something: the chancla and the Vicks fixes everything. Mama
Exactly,
said
dude.
so.
He knows what I'm talking about. So
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, you put
man.
Vicks on everything, bro. I swear.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, so awesome. Yeah, Trebles, you came highly recommended, sir. You came highly recommended from my producer, Kevin Sapiel Jr., host of Where the Weird Ones Are.
Mm.
He loves you, man. He was like, "This guy's awesome. Trebles is amazing."
Yeah,
So I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm in good hands. I know I'm in good
yeah,
hands, man." And he's the
yeah.
one who's producing my show with
Wow.
Where the Weird Ones Go production. So yeah,
Mhm.
dude, I'm
He's
very
amazing, bro. The
yeah.
dude, he speaks with so much pain. He speaks from the heart. He works
Yes.
these emotions on his sleeve. When I had him on the show, he came and he just spoke, bro. And I was like, damn, dog, like you came in fucking
Yeah.
like you're hurtful. You know what, bro?
Yeah.
He spoke and he didn't, it didn't even matter to me if he spoke about specific stuff that the listeners wanted to hear. Cause I don't
Yeah.
do this for the numbers or the money. I do it for
Yeah.
me. Cause this is my therapeutic session, bro. Like the only reason
Yeah.
why I'm sober and the best attitude and the best father figure today is because I have the show, bro. This mother trucker came on, bro, and spoke about his heart, about his emotions, about his
Yeah.
kids, and he almost teared up. I was like, damn, son, that stuff is amazing. I'll probably even ask him to give me his documentary in a couple of months. So yeah, man, mad shout outs to Kevin from Where the Weird Ones Are. Check him out also and drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcast on where the weird ones are. And again, give them one more time your handle for they can go check out your stuff, bro.
Yeah, go check out Down the Rabbit Hole. So basically, I'm everywhere, like Instagram, Down the Rabbit Hole. I'm the first one that pops up. If you're going
Mm,
on Facebook, it's Down the first name, last name, Rabbit Hole. You can find me there. Go to YouTube. I'm just starting my YouTube up. It's Dayvid, Dayvid, from DTRH, from Down the Rabbit Hole. So if you
mm,
type in David, it'll pop up. I believe the first one. So and I feel very fortunate, man. It's actually doing really well. I credit Kevin for the work that he does to put it
mm,
out there.
mm,
And I'm surprised because I'm a co-host on One Nothing, which is a animal attack, true crime, bizarre death podcast. It's top 2.5% globally. It's doing really well.
Get
We're kind of on
out,
a
man.
yeah, it's on a
Massive.
hiatus right now, but I started doing that 2 years ago with Amanda Goodwin, and I don't know. Dude, I was like, what? You want me to talk in front of people? I can't do that, man. I'm an introvert,
Whoa.
man. I can't do it.
Mm,
But she was like, yeah, you can do it. So I tried it out. I fucking loved it, man. It's great. I
mm,
enjoy telling stories. I enjoy, she's a very good researcher, and I love like backing her up on that. And then Kevin and we do a live show every other Sunday called Weird Java in the Morning, where we do it in
mm.
the morning. We
Right
have
away.
Kevin sells coffee, bro. So we're having his coffee in the morning. We're doing games and stuff. It's fun. But I really wanted to
Mad
do a
love.
show that talked about the paranormal, that went deeper into the paranormal on
Hmm.
subjects that I feel are like deep subjects that I want to talk about. We talk about the Greys,
Hmm.
Stardust Ranch. I talk about that with Amanda, episode one. I just talked about past lives with a guy who's a certified hypnotherapist who
Hmm.
specializes in past lives in my episode 6. So yeah, dude, we're having a good time, man. I'm really enjoying this stuff.
You're
This is
getting into like a scientific mode on this. You're
oh
breaking
yeah.
things down and having a conversation more of depth. It's not just about the testimonies and the videos. Because guys, the content that this guy puts up on Instagram, whereas is the only place that I'm following you as of today for
Uh-huh.
now, right? Dude,
Yeah.
like you're posting stuff that it's if you find it's not only scary, but it's also entertaining.
Yeah.
But beyond that, in your show, you're breaking down what these things may be, which is why you're here today. And if you don't mind
Yes.
me, let's pivot into that. Bro,
Ah,
so
talk to
you
me.
see, you have much videos, a lot of content,
Yep.
and I wanted to talk. Let's start from with the last one. What was the video that really pivoted you, that pushed you to bring this content out? And then after that, what do you think it is? I think this thing's come in levels, bro. Like everything,
Yeah.
all rituals, all
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
And I'm a conspiracy theorist, if you ask me. Even in the conspiracy realm, there's levels. But let me hear you talk, bro. What was
Well,
the one video that pushed you off?
there was a video that really resonated with me, and that was the pantry ghost. Have you ever heard of that one?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So it was, at the time I saw this video, and it's basically this man was having problems with his pantry. The door would open every night, right? So the pantry was basically a door with an inset smoky glass, right? And it was, he would close it every night, and when he would wake up in the morning, it was wide open. And he was like, "What the hell's going on?" So he put a camera up just to see what was going on. And he would go and check the footage. And I think it was like 3 a.m. every night, it would open up on its own,
Mm,
right? And so one night he thought, well, I'm gonna stay up and just check this out, right?
mm,
And so he did, and just like normal, it opened up. So then he said, I'm gonna lock this. I'm gonna make a lock. I'm gonna change the doorknob. I'm gonna make a lock on that thing, and let's see what happens.
mm,
So it was jiggling. It was trying, but it couldn't open it. And so he thought, well, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna stay up. He stays up, and he sees the jiggling, right? And then he sees two hands up against the glass, just like this.
Shut the front door, bro.
Dude, he freaked out with that, dude.
Mm,
And so he put that video up on YouTube, and people
mm,
were like commenting on it, like, "Oh, it's a ghost," but there were people that were like, "Nah, dude, that's fake. You're faking it." Blah blah blah. So he invited one of those naysayers to come to his house, dude, and the dude came. And so
mm,
they're staying up, they're recording it again, and sure enough, it's trying to jiggle, and there was no like, it couldn't open it. And then you see the hands, and he's telling that guy, "Go, put your hands up there, put your hands up there." So the guy goes up and he puts his hands on it, and then a face appears, bro.
Get
A
out,
face,
dog.
a
Get
face, and
out,
it
dude.
freaks that dude out. And the
Mm.
face was a little girl. You can clearly see it was a little girl, right? That stayed with me for months. I would wake up in the middle of the night. I'm an older dude. I'd get up to go pee in the middle of the night. The first thing I think about was that girl's face up against the glass, dude. It
Dude,
really freaked
shut.
me out.
I
Yeah.
wake up and this happens, guys. This is like this scenario. I don't know, I'm 100% sure everybody's gone through this. Everyone. I don't think that one person hasn't gone through this. When you're showering and for some reason you have the fear of God in you.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
showering, you have the soap, and you're like, if I want to open my eyes fast, and then like you shower fast as possible so that you
Yeah.
open up your eyes to see what's there because you probably heard of something. You have like this sixth sense, and it's telling you like, oh, bro, something's there watching you. It happens
Yeah.
to me. I have a walk-in closet, same thing. I got to turn on and I'm not scared of the dark, but I don't know something about that closet. It pushes me to the next level where like turn on the freaking light and see what's in there because
Right.
you get like afraid. Now,
Yeah.
talking about afraid, I feel like being afraid also feeds these entities. From your
Yes.
perspective, it doesn't even matter what religion, creed, or brotherhood you belong to. From your
Hmm.
perspective, what are these things, bro?
Uh, you know, there's a lot of speculation, and it's funny you bring up science when I talk about this stuff. I'm more of a science guy. I come from a
Mm,
science background, right? I want to prove things. I want to either discredit them,
mm,
and if I can actually say that I can't discredit it, I'm not going to say they're real because I think it's unexplained. You can't. How can you say something is real? How can you give that actual scientific evidence and say this is real because of this? I can't.
mm.
That's why I call my show David Don't Know, because I really do not know if it's real. I can't really say it. So
I love it. Yeah.
that's where I'm coming from. But I think that like if you're talking about entities that are appearing, some stories will tell you that there are spirits that can't cross over. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Another thing, if you talk about, if we get into like shadow people or shadow figures, that's a whole other entity thing. That's a whole other thing where those things feed off of fear. That's what it said, right? They're like, but they're not ghosts. They could
Mhm.
be other dimensional creatures, higher dimensions that feed off your fear. That's how they charge. So they could be coming over, especially if they're the ones that are darker than dark. If you could see them and they're darker than the night, like they're darker than any dark you've ever seen, those could possibly be other entities from other dimensions. And it's said that these entities they feed off of fear. So what you're supposed to do is to charge them and let them know you're not afraid, and then they won't bother you anymore because they can't get what they're after. So
Anakin said, I don't feel the dark like you do. Ah, yeah. You're a Star Wars fan? I see your
yeah,
Kylo mask in the
absolutely.
back. Yeah,
Yeah, I got my Kylo. I'm more, believe it or not, I'm more a Star Trek fan.
okay. Oh, hell,
Love
bro.
Star Trek, bro. And the difference is there is that more like Star Wars has a religion base, and Star Trek is more, agnostic, not religious.
Mhm.
And it's more of a futuristic, like this is the kind of future you would want. There's no money. You're just trying to
Mhm.
better yourself, and everyone's trying to
I've
better
never given
themselves.
it the chance.
Right. They're
Yeah.
bettering themselves for the good of humanity. That's what I want, man. That's what I want for this world, to
Hmm.
get better for the good of humanity. But the other
Hmm.
one is like, it's all these beliefs. It's really deep rooted beliefs, and everyone has a different set of beliefs, which is very similar to what we live in right now, right? Because there's
Hmm.
a ton of them. Yeah.
Give me one moment because it's hot and I don't have ACs in this room, but for some
Bro.
reason my fire alarm keeps going off. I don't know if it's because of the heat. I don't know.
Ooh, I can't hear it. Can't
You
hear
didn't
it.
hear it? Good. Okay.
No.
Okay. Good. Okay. Good. Oh, so all right, bro. Well, levels.
Yeah.
I saw an Alf, and I'm not sure if you know this. I
Hmm.
saw an Alf, and it wasn't that I was paranormally activated. I don't think I was paranormally activated. I didn't get to see him after. I wasn't haunted by it, and I definitely wasn't. At the moment, yeah, I was afraid, maybe in
Yeah.
shock, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
I was afraid for my life
Yeah.
in a negative sense, right? So, do you think these things come in waves? Are they shaped by your evil deeds? Do they stick to you because you have some bad karma coming back around to you? What is it that triggers them, or in your belief, in the scientific sense of it,
Mhm.
what makes you think that they stick to you? Do they affect you? Do they affect your animals? Can they be attached to animals?
Yeah, I think absolutely they can be attached to animals. But as far as levels and as far as something sticking to you, it depends. I don't know that it's because you did some evil deeds. I don't know that it's because you're a good person. It could be anything. You
David don't
could,
know.
David don't know, bro. God, such a perfect name.
It is.
But
It's
it
perfect.
could be like for example, I put a video yesterday about a woman and her dog that are being haunted.
Hmm.
And this poor dog, I hate it when animals are like tortured. Like this dog is
Same.
scared. You can totally see it. Turns out she bought a an old piece of jewelry, like an antique piece of jewelry. And that's when everything started to happen in her house, where there's like doors like slamming, closing, and all this
Hmm.
stuff.
I think I've seen that video. Yeah.
Did you see it? Yeah. And the
Hmm.
dog, you can hear it whining. It's scared, man. So she got rid of that. And as far as I know, she's okay now. But
Hmm.
yeah, so I think it's like that. You can come across it. You know what I mean? Or there are people who are more open to it. I have this friend of mine, her name's JJ Rose 777. She's a psychic medium, and I didn't believe in
Hmm.
this stuff, dude, but she proved it to me. She's real, dude. She's freaking real. She's proved it to me. And she
Whoa.
says that we all have the ability, psychic ability. We all have that ability,
Hmm.
but some of us are not turned on to it. Like we don't believe in it or we don't practice it or whatever. But
Hmm.
everyone has that ability. You need to work on it and try to strengthen it. And she's kind of right. She's helped me a little bit with this. And I'm
Hmm.
a rideshare driver. I drive people, like I pick them up and I drop them off. And there's some times where I can pick up their energy and I know what they're
Shut the
doing.
front door.
Dude,
Look
it's
at
real,
that.
dude. I'm
Okay.
shocked because I'm telling you, I was a skeptic up on this. I did not believe any of this stuff
Hmm.
until I met her, B, actually had an experience with a ghost. Like
Okay.
it woke me up.
Mm.
And I did not believe in ghosts, man. I was like, whatever, those things aren't real until I see one for myself. Will I ever believe one? I go to my sister's house one night, because there was a fire in my apartment complex and I couldn't stay there. So I stayed at her room, her guest bedroom, and I'm asleep. It's me and my dog. We're asleep. I got a little chihuahua. She's no longer with me, but she was with me then, 2014, October. And I'm sleeping on my right side, and I felt like on my right side, someone was shaking me. It was a small little hand, and I thought it was my sister because she's 5 feet. And I'm waking up thinking, oh my God, what happened now, dude? Is there a fucking fire here? What the fuck?
Oh man.
And when I look to see her, there's no one there, but I can still feel this. And it woke me up like this, dude. I was up,
Mhm.
and then I was like, what the hell? I saw that the door was locked. And then I heard like footsteps in front of me, like in the front of the bed, go around to the back. And I was like, what am I hearing? And that's when I heard a giggle. A little
Oh
boy,
God.
it giggled inside the room, and I was alone. It was me and my dog. And I could not freaking believe what I was hearing, dude. I was
Did your dog wake up?
petrified. Huh?
Did your dog wake up?
Yes. Now,
Okay.
here's what's weird. She didn't react. And the only other time she didn't react, because a dog, especially a Chihuahua mix, dude, starts barking at crazy shit, right?
Immediately, yeah.
She didn't react. She was awake and she was looking around. I could see her. I was like, what the hell? The only other time that happened, we had a home invasion at our condo here. As a matter of fact,
Mm.
these windows back here, they broke through those windows, jumped in, and they were going through the house. And we woke up, and dude, I was ready to go outside with a freaking bat, ready to. My girlfriend's like, no, 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 call the cops. The dog did not bark, not once. She was scared. I could
Mm.
tell, and so was my girlfriend because I was like ready to fight, bro. I was like, who the
Fight
hell
or
came in
flight
my
mode
house?
or protector mode.
Right. I was like ready, and then I was ready to go out, and she said, no, 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 no. And then we heard like a loud bang, and I thought they're trying to break in the house, the room, right? I said, get in the
Mm.
closet. I'm gonna go in the bathroom, go in the closet. As soon as they come in, I'm gonna start swinging. And it turns out they accidentally fired a gun outside my office,
Oh
right outside
God.
here.
Yeah.
They were kids, they were idiots, and they
Yeah.
shot a gun into the floor. There was a big hole in the floor, dude. But anyway, I'm lucky I didn't go out.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
dog did not react, and I could not believe that. Well, it reminded me of that time where we heard this ghost laughing, dude. It was laughing at us, dude. And
Was this before you saw that video of that girl that went?
yes, it was before 2014.
So when you
So
saw the video, it was like bink. It
yeah, that's
connected
why
you to the
it
experience.
stayed with me, dude. It stayed
Yeah.
with me because of that, and
Mm.
I remember that this thing walked back in front of me. I had the covers over me, dude. At this point,
Oh,
I
and it
could not.
continues.
It
Okay.
continued. There was knocking on the wall 3 times, over and over again, and then it walked in front of me, and one of the things I've always wanted to see a ghost. That's a bucket
Mm.
list item.
Mm.
So I looked to see if I can see something, but there was
Mm.
nothing there. But I know it walked back to face me again. And dude, I was freaked out. I woke up the next morning. I told my sister, I said something weird happened last night, and she goes, "Oh, it happened to you too."
Oh, crap.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's like it makes it real. Like I was not
Yeah.
dreaming. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, she says
Mm.
that my parents had slept there before and they had experienced something. She says that she had experienced because that was her crafts room. Also, it was her guest bedroom slash crafts room.
Mm.
She said there would be things that would fall off the shelf and she would put them back and it would fall off again. And the one creepiest thing about this is my nephew, he was 3 or 4 at the time. Well, she noticed that he was talking to
Mhm.
something that wasn't there. And she figured, oh, well, this is like an imaginary friend. Is around the same time that,
Ha ha
kids
ha.
have this, right? And it was
Mm.
normal until this imaginary friend whose name was Coco apparently
Mhm.
started to scare my nephew, like terrify him, that he would run out of the room screaming. Dude, we couldn't take him to Chuck E. Cheese because he would freak out with animatronics. We couldn't take him to like a Halloween store because he couldn't deal with it. He was like
Mm.
traumatized by this experience. But yeah.
If so, I have to inject something here. Guys, we're about in the middle of the show. We only do 30 to 40 minutes. So again, make sure you check out Down the Rabbit Hole. David don't know. David don't know. I was gonna say David don't know nothing. David don't know, and also Kevin from Where the Weird Ones Are.
Yeah,
Make sure you check
yeah.
them out, guys. And do not forget to drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. If you're on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. I don't do the YouTube stuff until now, so it's hard for me to remember to drop the freaking YouTube stuff. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. And we're gonna have better visuals, and we are gonna have better production and a better camera. So stay tuned. Yo, Down the Rabbit Hole. Okay, so you mentioned the little girl, and then so now you said a couple of things that really triggered my next train of thought. This is what I love about the rants, because the conversation just flows after.
Yeah.
It does connect to the levels. I feel as if intent has a lot to do with it. Your emotional balance, your thought patterns, habits. If you have tapped into the dark by using drugs or different ritualistic stuff. You said your friend was a real medium, that she's proved it to you. And I 100% know that these entities and people that play around with these entities are real. We can definitely tap into that knowledge, into that frequency where we can tap and say and speak with different animals, different things, different energies, right? Even manipulate those energies in a sense.
Yes.
So just to match where you're at, and I've said this a couple of times on the show and on many times on different other shows. My great-grandmother, she was a shapeshifter. She used to turn into a hog in Guatemala and kill the men that she used to speak with. And my mom went crazy for a bit. She was also a medium. And after 14 men that she killed, they stoned her to death, and then they dragged her body in the village. It was called Gualanzacapa in Guatemala. So I know what you mean when these people really tap into stuff. My mom told me that story as vivid as she could paint it. It was something that she lived. It was her experience. Who am I to say, no, you're freaking going nuts. You're crazy. My mom never touched cocaine. My mom never touched meth like I did. My mom never did drugs. My mom was just one of those people that suffered, came back and said, Mijo, there's a history with me. And that's generational trauma. So when I had my ALF experience, I knew that was a pivotal moment for me to say, like I said, like I told you, catapult, right? You would catapult yourself into the dark. I don't think that ALF showed up to me because I'm lucky. I don't even think that ALF showed up to me because I'm cursed or I have an element that's gifted. I don't feel gifted, but I do feel that ALF showed up himself to me so that I could dig into, because I want to say Satan. If I look at through a lens, a negative entity like Satan wouldn't know. He's been here longer than I am. He knows my generations. He knows what I like. And he's going to tell me, you're the type of person that you're going to research into it so deep, you're going to be loved, infatuated, obsessed with the art. So you're going to get pushed into it. And you don't never know if today I would have been a shapeshifter too. Not that I am. I'm saying that was a moment. So, and also the comfortability about your sister confirming, oh, it happened to you too.
Yeah.
When I woke up the next morning, I ran to my mom. So I was adopted by a Mexican family at 12 years old. This happened when I was 22. So I was living at home, fresh out of jail. And I told my mom, I'm not high. I was sober, obviously. I told my mom, bro, I saw an ALF. And she's like, mijo, relax. I seen him too when I was a kid. Ooh. I was like, wait, but she was so calm, serene. And I was like, that's what made me believe her. Because when I told my dad laughed. When I told my brothers, they all laughed. But when I told my mom, she looked at me, she goes, wait, calmate. You seen him? Okay. Don't talk about it. Don't mention it. Don't leave offerings. Let it go. If he appears again, he appears again. If he doesn't, he doesn't. You lived something that many people don't live. Let it go. And I was like, I used to see him too. I used to see him multiple times. I used to see him playing in a pond. I used to play with them and give him pesos. I was like, what's happening here? So I understand that emotion that there was that feeling behind you where you said, oh, damn, my sister actually confirmed it. It's massive, bro. But I do think it comes in levels and it does attach to you with intent. So let's hypothetically say that you picked up a relic, or like that video that you had recently on your Instagram account. That lady went to a garage sale, antique sale, and she picked up a necklace, and then a necklace came, and she was having issues at home. And then there's levels to it. There's like that friendly ghost that giggles, like the one that you mentioned, and then there's the one that throwing the pantry open, or the one that's putting her hand, and then then you have another one that possesses you, right? So it does come with levels. Do you think that's because of your maybe karmic retribution? Maybe that you have some bad karma coming back around?
No, I really don't think so. I think the house has a haunting. There's no doubt about that. Uh, but I have to ask you, man, what did this elf look like?
So he was no taller than this stone right here. And I keep the stone because I like it's my fidget toy. No, it's no larger than that. Half of his head, like half of his body, this was only his head. So he was a big cabezón. He was a big
Okay.
headed dude. He looked like a brownie. I did my research after. He looked like a brownie. He had like little white hairs coming out. Tiny, bro. I'm telling you, tiny, bro. Look at this. He's tiny,
And
and I seen him
and it
jump.
wasn't a duende or something like that?
Yeah, that's what they called the
Oh,
duende. Yeah.
okay, sweet. Okay.
Hmm.
So the other question I had, because dude, you just said 100,000 very interesting things in a row, bro. Your grandmother would turn into a like a like
Hog, a wild hog.
a wild hog. That is amazing. Was she a
Yeah.
bruja?
She was what they call a curandera, and she would have sessions
Yeah.
with family members to
Oh
speak with the
shit.
dead and the after, like the people that have passed. So when the
Wow.
family wouldn't pay, and she was a very promiscuous person, so
Uh-huh.
she would sleep with those people. But mind you, still to this day, in villages in third world countries, especially in Latin America,
Yeah.
if you have a person that's having sex with a married man, that woman, not the man, the woman gets stoned to death by the women of the village.
Yeah.
That happens still to this day. So they took matters into their own hand and they stoned her to death. My mom
Damn.
after, then became the local witch, and then she had to flee for the same reason. It's
Wow.
wild, bro. It's wild.
That is
Yeah.
wild, man. And you say you were adopted?
I was adopted at the age of 12 by a
Wow.
Mexican family. Yeah, man. They were the ones that really saved my life. I would have been completely in and out of jail, a gangbanger. I would have been something that different. I wouldn't be here
That's
today. Yeah.
that's awesome, man. That's great. That's good for you.
Yeah.
That's good for you. But wow, you have an interesting. So your grandmother and your mother, those are your biological parents, right?
Yeah, they're the
Okay.
biological ones. Hmm.
Okay. Interesting. That's interesting, bro. That's
Yeah.
interesting. But yeah, I like for me, for example, I don't think I'm very careful, bro. I don't
Right.
I don't use like the what is it, the Ouija board, but if I did, I would say goodbye. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I have actually gone to I've done a couple of investigations. I went to the haunted dollhouse here in San
Hmm.
Antonio,
Hmm.
which I did say also do not follow us home. I made very sure that I said that forcefully.
Hmm.
We went to the Victoria's Black Swan Inn with the Curious Paranormal
Hmm.
guys. They are the top-notch tour guide here in San Antonio, and they did a private tour with us. They were sponsoring Down the Rabbit Hole at the time, and we did an investigation in that house, and it was creepy as hell. But I didn't get to see anything. But again,
I'm going to hook you up with the connection with
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
connect you. I'm gonna speak loud of you
all
with
right.
Gina Black
I,
from the She Haunts.
I know Gina. She's a friend, bro. She's a
Woo!
friend.
Gina's bad, dog.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
I just bought her book. It's right here, bro. Look at
It's
this.
out. Holy
It's
crap.
out, bro. Look at this. Etched in
Mm,
stone, brother. Yeah, look at that.
she came on the show and spoke about
Yeah.
cemetery art. Oh my
She's
God.
a good friend of mine, dude. I when I first started 3 years ago, we like got together. I mean, and she's in Florida, right? But we
Mm,
followed each other. We talked. I saw her on Kevin's show, and we became good
mm.
friends. Yeah, dude, she's awesome. I love Gina. She's amazing.
Amazing person. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
one of those people that plays the Ouija board at haunted
Yes.
areas
Yes. I
carelessly,
don't.
bro. She's very careful, but she walks in very gentle.
Yeah. I would not suggest doing that. If you look at the history of the Ouija board, it's what, made by Mattel or something. It's like a toy. But
Mhm.
I mean, you can use it and you can summon things. That happens. It's real. I've shown thousands of videos where people are like filming themselves doing this and the weirdest shit. I mean, one girl was possessed momentarily, but
Yeah.
it's yeah, you have to know what you're dealing with. And Gina knows what she's dealing with. She's experienced in that, but I still I still wouldn't do it. I did a they were doing a live. This is way back when she was with the old South Florida, haunted South Florida, and they did a live. And I was like asking questions, like on the live. I was like, "Hey, ask it this." They knew my name. They responded with my name. I was like, "Oh snap! Okay, I'm done. I'm done. That's it."
Dog. Oh my gosh. You
Very
just okay.
cool.
So have you ever heard of Malvientos? Like
No,
this.
no,
Okay.
educate
So
me.
in the Yucatan Peninsula, where the Olmecs, precisely where the Olmecs used to thrive before the Aztecs, there's a massive cave system, freshwater cave system that connects directly into the ocean, which is, and I came after doing I did a deep dive. I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I do this.
Yeah,
I love doing this beyond any other thing. The only
my
TV I
brother.
ingest is freaking Star Wars, and after that, it's all conspiracies. So I did a history deep dive on the Olmecs, and then I came to a conclusion where the dots fit, where the Olmecs were not sacrificing to a god, they were sacrificing to the earth, and they were trying to open an algorithm, organic algorithm in the earth to
Wow.
transcend or upload their consciousness into the organic algorithm of the earth by opening the portals up with biometrics, the same way you
Mhm.
open the portal up with your biometrics, so for a
Yeah,
phone, a laptop, etc., etc.,
yeah.
etc. So then I found out that the locals in the area of the Yucatan Peninsula, they will never step in these cave systems without asking the spirits for permission, walking
Hmm.
in with a guide, which is a priest, an Aztec or Olmec priest, a
Yeah.
local priest. And even that, after that, they'll still be blessed. So there's many things, and you have to give offerings. So the people that
Yes.
walk into these caves without that permission, they come back with what they call malvientos, which means
Mm.
it means terrible winds in Spanish, and you come back with dyslexia, aged organs. You come back
Gotcha.
with lost memory. You come back with stutters. Different things that get attached to your body and even haunted. So
Interesting.
the reason I'm saying all of this stuff was because when you said, what was it that you said that triggered it? So again, that research brought me to a point where I said, hey, you know what? These guys were trying to get themselves into a different dimension. Interesting.
Yeah.
Who else paid the way to get into a different dimension through salvation, through his blood, biometrics? Jesus. Jesus did it. Okay. So wait. So there's a pattern here. There's a pattern. Hold up. Wait. Who else is trying to put us into a different dimension now? What's transhumanism about? Huh. Interesting. Into the digital world. So by you telling me right now that this entity knew your name through a
Hmm.
freaking screen,
Yeah.
very tangible, bro. It connects, man.
It's weird because they were in Florida. I'm in Texas, man. How
It's
did the
electric.
hell?
It's electric. It's all energy.
My buddy, my buddy, he goes by different names. Arnie Dixon. He goes by Louis Pasta on Instagram. He was a part of that group. He was there with Gina, or he wasn't there, but he was like on the live. He heard it too, and he was like, "It said your name, dude. It said your name."
David don't know.
I was like, "Holy shit!" He did say my name. That is so weird, man. I was okay.
Mm.
I'm done. But yeah, wow, dude, you went down a nice little rabbit hole right there, brother. You made some connections there. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I like that a
bro.
lot.
We're about to that hit. Already, we're already to that mark. What's next for your show? What do you have prepared? Sprinkle a little bit of the next phase for down the
Well,
rabbit hole.
interesting. So down the rabbit hole, I listen, I work on it every single day. Every morning I get up. The first thing I do is I look for content. I look for things that are really interesting. I look for things that, spark your mind that wake you up.
Mm,
And if it's not ghosts or aliens or Bigfoot or any kind of cryptid conspiracy, then it's something that is interesting to me. Like AI, I think that's a
mhm,
rabbit hole in itself right there. Just the whole
mhm.
thing. And I just posted something where it invented a material that's stronger than steel and lighter than foam. AI came up with this, and it's going to revolutionize
Liquid
airplanes,
crystal. Shut the front door.
cars.
Mm.
It's going to revolutionize the way we do buildings, dude. It's going to, spacecrafts. It's going to change the world, man.
A
This,
new element, huh?
I'm
Hmm.
telling you, bro. They're aside from the fact that they're eventually going to kill us, they're coming up with some real cool shit right now. It's
The
like,
journey to our death is freaking awesome. The journey to our enslavement. We're laughing about it now. It's
yeah,
fucking
not
retarded.
we're not going to be laughing in a couple of years when the singularity comes through, man. That's going to be something else. But
Yeah.
yeah, that and David don't know. I'm in the works with my friend JJ Rose 777. We're gonna do a sideshow inside David don't know called SOS, where we
Mm.
talk about positive paranormal situations, things that reacted positively because it's not all negative, bro. You know, she's a light worker
It's not.
also.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about that kind of thing. And I also want to do another segment where I call it Deeper Down the Rabbit Hole segments, where I'm going to get buddies like you, Kevin, other people. We're going to get together. We're going to talk about one subject and we're going to go deeper down. For example, CERN. We'll talk about CERN. We'll hit every little thing we can about, you know, the rituals they do at CERN. What the hell are they doing there? Are they opening up portals? You know, what is the God particle really? What are we doing with that? What's those kind of things? I want to get deep on the down, you know, down the rabbit hole, and I think we can do that. We can talk about all sorts of shit, man. The Mandela effect,
Oh yeah. One
because
of my
it's
favorites. Yeah.
connected. It's connected kind of to CERN because they're saying that we're slapping universes together, and some of it's getting stuck behind. You know, some people remember it this way, some people remember it that way, right? Stuff like that, dude. That's what I'm bringing to the table, bro.
I feel strongly and very excited about what your next phase. It's amazing because I feel like the time is not linear. We live in a time that, yeah, they tell us when to clock in, when to freaking cash in our checks, when to eat, when to take a dump, when to go to sleep, when to feed our babies, etc. They give us a time for everything, but the elites don't live in that linear time. They
No,
live
they don't.
following the cosmos and follow energetic frequencies throughout the earth using areas like CERN and etc. But it's not about that today, guys. I want you guys to make sure you check out Dayvid Don't Know and Down the Rabbit Hole on all social media platforms. Guys, make sure you check them out. Dayvid, I want to thank you again for hosting, and for not hosting, but for donating your time and giving us all the information and for sharing us and for being here today, bro. It means the world. This podcast really does mean the world to me. Guys, drop a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. That allows other people to enjoy the show as much as I enjoy making it. Peace. Ooh.